Welcome back to the podcast. I am the architect. Now we're going to dive deep into something. You know all the typical YouTube shenanigans. Do what you got to do to push this video out. You need to like, you need to subscribe, and you need to share this video. Because we're going deep. Going real deep. Black magic. Deathmagick. Destruction, change, obliteration, annihilation. Gonna destroy your illusions. Something your mom and dad, and definitely not your fucking church, has ever taught you. The world is primal. There's only two options, and I know that cliche gets used over and over, but there's only two options to this. Either you're prey and you get eaten, or you're a predator and you devour. There's no other option. If you don't want to believe it, I don't care. Just means your energy's up for grabs. It means anyone can take from you whatever they want. And when they take, what are you going to do about it? You going to ask for Jesus to help you? You'll be waiting a very long time for anything to happen. Because egregores don't do anything like that. You gotta protect your own self. Yeah, you can turn the other cheek. And while you're turning the other cheek, why don't you just go ahead and bend over? Grab your ankles. Black magic is primal, predator and prey, in the theater of reality. Here's the introduction, the lie of civilization. One of the greatest illusions ever sold to humanity is that civilization has outgrown its primal roots. That's true. That we live in a modern age of reason, progress, and equality. Where predator and prey no longer exists, where the meek have inherited the earth. No, only the weak follow this. Politicians, teachers, and cultural institutions repeat this narrative like a lullaby to keep the message going and the masses asleep. Yeah, more cliches. The F's are flying and I'm dropping bombs over Baghdad like I was George Bush in 2004. But the truth is sharper, older, and infinitely darker. Reality is primal. The same blood, hungry forces that ruled the caves, the forest, and the ancient temples still rule today. They've just been dressed in suits, hidden behind polite language, and sanitized into the story called progress. Black magic has always known this truth, while whitewashed, spiritualites, and religious preach transcendence, light, and detachment. Black magic digs in its hands into the earth, into the bone marrow, into the feral truth of what reality actually is. A battlefield of will, desire, dominance, and survival. I'm going to rip the mask off of civilization and show you why black magic is primal. How reality itself is built from the primal law of predator and prey, and why people live in denial of this truth. This isn't philosophy, it's law. And law in the occult sense makes a lot of sense. And it means it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. You're already inside the battle, inside the game. This place isn't safe. There are predators out there, and apex predators as well. What do you want to be? You want to be the apex? Well, if you want to be the apex, you better be prepared to walk through hell. Maybe you'll make it. Maybe you won't. Personally, I don't care if you do or don't. That's your problem, not mine. I made it. Good luck, because you're gonna need it. Go ahead and leave your crucifix and your rosary at home, because Jesus ain't coming to save you. Can you walk in the valley of death and live? I know I live in the valley of death, the Central Valley of Mexico, near Mexico City, where they sacrificed many to the gods of death, decay, rot, and destruction, the Black Flame. I walk on the bones. There are walls of skulls, human skulls, built with lime and skulls. That's it. In Mexico City. I walk there. I soak up the death energy that is all around me. Or do you have too much fear and you need your Jesus? Or any other right-hand path bullshit God outside your body? Rule to live your life. If that's what you choose, then you are my prey, and I will devour you, and I do not care. This isn't politically correct mumbo jumbo strip mall magic. The architecture of predation. Every ecosystem, biological, social, energetic, is founded on the same structure. Predator and prey. One feeds, the other is consumed. Energy moves through this dance. Life moves through this dance. Death fuels the cycle, and the cycle fuels evolution. This doesn't change in humans just because we created skyscrapers and Wi-Fi and $7 mocha lattes, whatever they're called, from Starbucks. In fact, modern systems only make the predator-prey dynamic more sophisticated and more concealed. Predator in the wild, a lion hunting a gazelle. Predator in society, a corporation harvesting attention, data, and labor. Do you think just those signs that you see like McDonald's are just signs? No, they're sigils, and they're powered by thought. They know what they're doing. If you live in the United States, you live under magic. Whether you want to believe it or not, I don't care. That's your problem. I got the hell out of that place. Best thing I ever did. And I advise anyone that has the balls or the ovaries to do the same. just nothing but you're just nothing but an energy farm being used. A great metaphor is the book The Institute by Stephen King. That piece of shit Illuminati writer who seeds reality with his quote-unquote stories. You gotta make a choice, and what are you gonna choose, freedom or slavery? I chose freedom, and I fought tooth and nail and crawled and bled for my freedom, for my power. Alright, predator in a relationship. A partner extracting energy, validation, and resources while giving little in return. Predator in the astral. Entities feeding on human emotion, belief, and worship. Predation is not just physical. It exists on every level. Economic, sexual, psychological, spiritual. And those who pretend it doesn't exist become the easiest prey. It's a game. Kind of like the Hunger Games. That retarded book. All stories are magic. You feed it when you read it. When you write it, you create it on the astral plane. Writing is very powerful. Speaking is very powerful. You curse yourself every day and you don't even know it. You don't even think exist, because science is the new religion. Most people worship at the altar of retardation and have no fucking perspective about anything. They have no idea how everything, geometric magic, how things in space affect your reality. Included with also speaking, spells, incantations, rhythms, and flows. It's deep. Because you're so stuck in your trauma. You need your cell phone. You need your McDonald's, your fast food, your car. The civilized person believing in fairness, equality, and safety walks naked into the jungle of life with no teeth, no claws, and no awareness that predators are circling them. They think contracts, laws, and institutions protect them, when in reality, those institutions are predators themselves, sucking your fucking energy. Some of you want black flame energy. Are you prepared to tell your boss to go fuck himself? It's like the video I posted with Gigi Allen. You have to be a true nonconformist. Are you conforming? Are you following society's rules of what they say? I'm not talking about no mall punk anarchy bullshit. If you watch that video, you see Gigi. He's a predator. Every show was a battle. Every moment is a war. It's ritual. I love confrontation. I live for it. You wanna come get me? Come. But you're gonna lose. I'm walking home, not you. That's how it has to be in reality. It's none of this love and light bullshit. Magic came from primal man to survive. It's deep within you. You have to awaken it. You have to pull that shit from the bottom of the pits of hell, which is your stomach, not a physical location. Pull it up through your bowels. Pull that energy out. If you're not scared. You want to see what happens when a society goes soft? Look at the United States. Chaos. No form. You got idiots saying, well, I I don't need to label anything. Well, if you don't label the cookie jar, how do you know dog shit's not inside? It's a metaphor, keyboard warriors. You're a bunch of fucking idiots too. I'll suck your energy out. Bunch of trolls. When you troll something, they're taking your energy. When you get pissed off at something, they're taking your energy. And you're giving it to them for free. They're manifesting more money from your anger, from your hate, from your passion, from your love, from your devotion. And you're getting robbed. You might as well go ahead and put the Vaseline on your butthole. Sit there and take it. Reality is primal. To say reality is primal is to say reality is built on the rawest forces: hunger, survival, power, sex, death. These are not add-ons or distortions. They are the engine itself. Every creature, every system, every star in the sky participates in this engine, whether you want to participate or not. It's happening. The watchers are recording and put it in the records. And you just sit there on your phone and you get drained by Facebook, by social media, by the ridiculous TV shows that you watch. You think the Simpsons are predicting the future? Then you're the fucking problem. They're seeding reality. They changed reality on the internet and told you it's the, what is it called? The Mandela effect. They just fucking changed the names and lie to you. It's their magic. If you go back and actually find this information on Kemet, ancient, what has been blasphemy, ancient Egypt. It's not Egypt, never was called Egypt. The Greeks called it Egypt, it's Kemet. Heka, everything is Heka. Magic. You're under so many spells and you don't even know it. Humans like to pretend we're different because we can reason, philosophize, and moralize. But what we do use those tools for is to secure resources, to attract mates, to gain status, to dominate rivals, to survive longer than the next animal. Thought itself is just another primal weapon sharpened by evolution. When black magicians embrace the primal, they align with the raw current of reality instead of resisting it. They don't waste their energy pretending life is about harmony and balance. If you think harmony and balance that's what reality is about, you're getting screwed. And they're not even paying for the date. You're paying for it. They recognize that power is not granted, it's taken. Freedom is not offered. It is seized. Love is not pure, it is bound up in need, projection, and hunger. The illusion of progress. The reason most people reject the primal truth is simple. It terrifies them. To admit that reality is a predator and prey means that admitting you can be hunted, used, consumed, and destroyed. It means stripping away every comforting illusion of safety. It means recognizing the civilization is not protection, but a mask on the predator's face. Governments say they protect the people, but in truth, they harvest taxes, obedience, and belief. Corporations say they provide jobs, but they extract the life force in the form of labor. Religions say they save souls, but they feed on faith, guilt, and worship. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I piss on the Catholic Church. They're nothing, and they're magic. They're bullshit. It's fucking lies. You wanna know what's in the Vatican records that says doesn't exist, that they just show you a little bit? fucking pagan magic. Everything is Heka. Get used to it. Everything you do is ritual. Everything you do affects reality. Everything you do, every thought, every fart, doesn't matter where it comes from. You're changing reality. Even in personal lives, illusions dominate. People pretend relationships are equal partnerships when they are often subtle games of power, control, and exploitation. They pretend, quote unquote, good intentions are enough when intention without power means nothing. The illusion of progress is a survival mechanism for the masses. If everyone saw reality as it truly is, society would collapse under the weight of primal awareness. So the masses are lulled into believing the predator-prey game is gone, when in fact, it has only been refined. Why black magic is primal? Black magic doesn't fear the truth, it thrives on it. At its core, black magic is the conscious manipulation of reality to serve the magician's will. The act itself is predatory. It is about taking, bending, shaping, feeding, and dominating. White magic, New Age spirituality, and the mainstream religion often deny and repress primal forces. They dress reality in soft clothing, love and light, ascension, oneness. Black magic rips the clothing off and shows the naked body of existence. Blood, hunger, death, desire, chaos. It's savagery. It's sinister. To practice black magic is to stand in the jungle of reality with open eyes and sharpened claws. It is to know that you can be prey, but also that you can be predator. It is to embrace that you are not separate from the primal law. You are inside it, whether you want to admit it or not. And you can learn to use it consciously rather than unconsciously. Now, what does it take to have a predator-style consciousness? What separates the black magician from the herd is predator consciousness. Predator consciousness is a state of awareness that reality is a hunt, that everything is an exchange of energy, that every interaction is about who feeds and who is fed upon. Which one are you going to be? I know which one I am. The predator doesn't moralize because moralization or morals are fucking bullshit. They're control, they're magic. They didn't exist at one time until someone came up with the idea of religion. You see, magic is not religion. I don't worship anything. I don't offer offerings to anything. I don't sit and pray and beg. I write law in my codex, and I make it my reality. Because I can, bitch. Fuck your science and fuck your religion. I do whatever the fuck I want. The lion doesn't apologize to the gazelle. He fucking eats them. The spider doesn't debate ethics before spinning its web. The predator simply hunts because hunting is law. Either devour or be devoured. Are you an incubus? Or are you a succubus too? Which one are you? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a male, you should be an incubus. And if you're a female, you should be a succubus. But do you have what it takes to get to that level? When a black magician steps into the predator consciousness, they stop being food for others. They stop leaking energy through guilt, naivety, and denial. They become the one who chooses where energy flows, who receives their energy, who feeds from their field. This is not about cruelty. It's about sovereignty. The predator who knows what they are doesn't need to justify it. They simply embody it and they consume. They devour. Are you demon or are you weak? Are you ready to cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell. Prey consciousness. Most of humanity lives in prey consciousness. Prey consciousness is passive. It believes in safety. It believes in fairness. It believes in someone else will protect it. It follows rules, waits for permission, and hopes for mercy. Well, I hate to tell you folks, mercy's not coming when the apex predator is walking. Prey consciousness is what governments, corporations, and religions want from you. They want you docile, believing in the lie of protection, while they harvest your energy. Prey consciousness is what makes people easy targets in relationships. They give endlessly, waiting for validation or love in return. They become addicted to attention, addicted to approval, addicted to being consumed. The primal law doesn't reward prey consciousness with mercy. It rewards it with death. The gazelle doesn't survive because it's innocent. It survives only if it runs faster than the others. If you're gonna be prey, you better run fast, remember? Zombieland rule number 1, cardio. Illusion as a cage. Here's the paradox. People cling to illusion because they think it makes them safe, but illusion is what makes them prey. The civilized person thinks society protects me, so they let their guard down. They think people are good, so they miss the predator shadow in someone's eyes. They think love is pure, so they don't see how they're being drained, and not in the fun way either. Illusion is the true predator. The story of progress, equality, and safety is the lullaby that keeps prey asleep until the knife is already at their throat. The black magician rejects the lullaby. They would rather hear the growl of the jungle than the false music of civilization. They'd rather be awake in darkness than asleep in the light. The body remembers. No matter how much society tries to cover it up, the body remembers. When you feel fear, your pulse races. Adrenaline surges, your body prepares to fight or flee. When you feel lust, your body floods with primal chemicals, urging you to reproduce. When you feel anger, your muscles tighten, preparing for battle. These are not illusions. These are primal codes written in your DNA. They are older than civilization, older than language, older than history itself. To deny the primal is to deny your own body. To deny your body is to sever your power. Black magicians embrace the body as a temple of primal current. They don't repress hunger, lust, rage, or desire. They channel it, weaponize it, direct it. The primal body is not an enemy. It is the gateway to sovereignty. Death as the great predator. Every predator is eventually prey to the ultimate force, death. Death is the great predator that hunts everything, no matter how strong, wealthy, or entitled. All are devoured. In the end, empires crumble, stars collapse, bodies rot. Death consumes all without apology. Black magicians do not deny death. They court it, invoke it, study it, embody it. Death is not the end, but the lawgiver. The reminder that everything is primal, temporary, and fed upon. To align with death is to align with reality itself. To fear death is to cling to illusion. Do you fear death? Sex as predation. Every sexual encounter is an exchange of energy, often a struggle for dominance, submission, or control. Attraction itself is predatory. The desires hunt what it wants. Orgasm is devouring, a consumption of the other's essence. The illusion of romantic purity covers this up, but the body knows. The hunger in the eyes, the grip of hands, the flood of chemicals, all reveal the primal law at play. Black magicians use sex consciously as a ritual of feeding, binding, and empowerment. They don't pretend it's something else. They recognize it's predatory. It's definitely predatory current, and harness it instead of denying it. Society as predator. Zoom out, and you see that society itself is a predator. Every advertisement is a bite at your attention. Every law is a claw at your freedom. Every expectation is a web spun to keep you in place. The illusion is that society is a neutral container, a stage where everyone can thrive. The truth is that society is a predator's lair, and those who thrive are the predators feeding on the rest. Black magicians don't try to escape society. They learn to hunt within it. They see the traps, the webs, the games, and they play them consciously. They don't become prey to systems. They use systems as hunting grounds. Well, we can return to Primal. We are living in an age where Primal is returning. Civilization's illusions are breaking down. Trust in institutions is collapsing. People are realizing that governments, corporations, and religions don't protect them. They consume them. The mask is slipping, and beneath it, the predator grins. This terrifies most people, but for the black magician, it's liberation. The jungle is revealed, the hunt is on. The primal current surges back to the surface, and those who can wield it will rise. But yes, we can embrace the primal path. To walk the black magic path is to embrace the primal. It means seeing clearly that predators and prey is law. Choosing consciously when to hunt and when to defend. Feeding deliberately on energy, attention, resources, and opportunities instead of being unconsciously fed upon. Rejecting illusion as the weapon of prey, consciousness. Aligning with death, sex, hunger, and survival as sacred forces, not shameful ones. The primal path is not about cruelty, it's about clarity. It's not about violence, it's about sovereignty. To embrace the primal is to become awake in the jungle rather than asleep in the zoo. If you made it this far in the podcast, congratulations. You deserve it. Conclusion: the law cannot be escaped. Reality is not polite. It is not fair. It is not safe. It is primal. Predator and prey is not a metaphor. It is the architecture of existence. You can deny it, but you can't escape it. You can't hide in illusions, but illusions will not protect you when the predator comes. black magic is primal because it refuses to deny this law. It does not dress it up, soften it, or represent or repress it. It stares into the teeth of the predator and recognizes its own reflection. You have only two choices: live as prey, clinging to illusions until you are consumed, or live as predator, awake in the jungle, feeding consciously, moving with power. The law doesn't care which you choose, but once you see it, once you know it, there's no going back. The jungle has always been there. The hunt has never stopped. The only question is, will you walk blindly as prey or awaken as predator and claim the primal power that is already yours? This concludes this week's podcast, or whatever you want to call it. I really don't care. If you made it this far, hit that like button, subscribe, share this, get the message out. I am the architect. End of transmission.